you should be aware. Server-side object model. So this thing should be very much clear to you guys. Anytime, anywhere, or any interview questions in future, or any deals in future for SharePoint, you should be aware of these things. If you are aware of these things, then you are like halfway through of your development. So you can make out like how to access my objects of my site. So that's why I keep on telling about this hierarchy every time. So you should remember this, and I hope you guys are comfortable with this hierarchy now, right? If you have any question, you can ask right now, or if you are comfortable, you can let me know. Yeah, you are comfortable with this hierarchy. Guys, are you okay with this hierarchy, or any confusion with that?
Bipin, I have a question over here.
Yeah,
where does a blog falls in this categories? A
here,
blog?
Here.
Or there?
Here.
Okay.
It will be here. So anything which we create, a team site or blog site or like social networking site or something like that, it will fall over here. So the next topic after workflow will cover it too, is the creation of sub-site or creation of a site template, wherein we'll see how to create a team site and a template. So we'll use few things here. From here, I'll show you. So in site content, you have new site, right? In site content, at the bottom after list, applications and document library, if you go to bottom, you have creation of a sub-site. So that is it. A blog and all those things will fall in here.
Sorry to interrupt you, Bipin. May I know what is this topic about?
Today we'll focus on to the workflow. But before I start my workflow, like I'll explain workflow on the list and document library. Before I start to explain about workflow, I just wanted to revise about the hierarchy, SharePoint architecture hierarchy. So how the SharePoint server-side object model is working, and what is the SharePoint server-side object model. So this is how a website is created in SharePoint. So this is a website structure or SharePoint site structure. So I just wanted to revise this hierarchy, and then after I wanted to move on to the workflow on a list. Okay. So these are the things we covered like earlier in our classes.
Thank you.
Okay. So let me move on to the workflow today. So what we'll do is we'll use a 3-stage workflow, which is out-of-box workflow in any SharePoint product available. So it is out-of-box workflow. When I say out-of-box, it is provided by Microsoft or it is provided by SharePoint platform. So we do not have to do any coding for that, but we can use it for investigation, or we can use it for our reference, or we can utilize it for tracing a list or tracing a list item. So we'll use it 3-stage workflow, and we'll see how we can add it to our list. So anytime we want to do any new things with the list, we always create a list. So I'll create a new list. Click on gear icon, click on add an app. It's taking time. I'll click on custom list. I'll name it. I'll name it bench flow workflow list. And as I said, it's the 3-stage workflow. So I need to create a column which is having 3 different types of values. So I can create a column, a drop-down column, to have 3 different types of values, and I can trace it trace its state, and I can make out like how workflow is proceeding for that particular state. So what I'll do is I'll put this on top left corner. I'll directly go into here, create a column. So I'm not going to list settings and create a column, because we already know the option of going to list settings and create a column. So I'll directly create a column from here. So one default column is title. So I'll add one more column. It has to be a choice column for three-state workflow. I'll name it as a issue status, or anything you can give, like category 1, 2, 3 or something like that. But as of now I'm giving it name issue status. I'll enter 3 choices here. Active, resolve, close. So default is active. So I've added one column here, issue status. I'll add one more column. Let me name it brief description. Let it be a multiple line of text. Excuse me. I'm creating these columns to see how my workflow will utilize these columns, and how my workflow will be based on these columns. So main factor of workflow is 3-state, and 3-state will be driven by these things, issue status. So as of now we have added 3 different states. One is active, one is resolved, and third one is closed. On the active it will start a workflow, on resolved it will append that workflow, and on closed status it will close the workflow. So that's what we need to understand, and that is what the 3-state workflow is. And apart from that, brief descriptions, and I am trying to add one more column, that is comment. So those things are internal columns and may not be utilized in the workflow. But for us to like have a feel of like how workflow is working, and a proper feel of like if it is a proper list, and we are trying to attach a workflow for that. Satya, what do you want me to type?
The 3 workflow, can you again repeat?
3-state workflow.
Yeah, one is active.
Yeah, it is a 3-state workflow. Okay, and we just need to understand this is an out-of-box workflow, and we need to understand how to utilize this workflow in a Sharepoint list. Okay, we need to understand this point, like how to utilize or attach this workflow to our list. And for that we have created a column which is having 3 different states. So we have created one column, that is issue status, and it will have 3 different states, that is active, resolved, and closed. That is the choice type of column. So when I created a column, I selected a choice, and in choice I entered 3 different choices. One is active, third one is and second one is resolved, and third one is closed. So when I say I create a new item, and when I say active, it will initiate a workflow. For an issue to initiate a workflow, we need to attach that workflow, and to attach a workflow we need to be ready with the list first. So that's why we are preparing a list from our end. So we are preparing a list from our end, and what we have added is we have added one more column, that is issue status. Second column is brief description, and third thing I'm trying to add is the comments, related comments.
Is it basically to log in any complaint? This whatever.
Maybe you can say like as of now you can think of like if I've raised a ticket into service desk,
okay.
and I'm saying like my mouse is not working, something like that. So what I'll do is I'll raise a ticket, so it will go to someone, right, to the assignee, and assignee will take care, like I'll give you a new mouse, so your new mouse is dispatched. So what he will do is when you raise a ticket, you will say it is an active state, and assignee, the one who is working on that ticket, will say I dispatched a new mouse and the issue is resolved. So he'll change the state to resolved, and you will get notification like your issue is resolved, your mouse is dispatched, and you will say once you receive it, you will update that status to closed. So when you click on close, the workflow will close. So this is what we need to understand, how these things work when we use out of box workflow from SharePoint.
Right. Thank you.
So for that, the notification part we'll ignore, because I don't think the Rackspace supports email notifications as of now with this user ID. So notification I'll ignore. So we will not receive any notification in email, but I'll show you in the workflow list which I created. The status I'll show you in the list, and I'll show you the status in this current list, whether workflow is working in progress or it is closed. I'll show you all the status, but we'll not have email notification feature here. So I'm ready with my list. I have 3 different columns added. One is issue status, other one is brief description, and third one is highlighted comments or related comments. So as of now you can see these 4 columns. Now let me go to workflow and see how can I work out with this list, and how can I attach a workflow. So I went on to list settings. You guys are comfortable to go to list settings now, right? So I no need to repeat, like I need to click on list and then list settings. You can directly go to list settings now, right? So you guys are comfortable there. Guys with me? Hello?
Yes, Vipin.
Okay guys. So when we go to list settings, in permissions and management, we have option of workflow settings. Okay. So now we have created few columns. Those are available under column list. Sorry, column group. So we have created brief description, issue status, and related comments. So those things are available in our column groups in list settings page. So let me click on workflow settings. When I click on workflow settings, it will show me this option, show workflow associations of this type. So to this list, I need to select this list because I'm working on this list and I want to attach a workflow there. So first selected is this list, that is default, it will be selected. Now I need to click on add workflow. So when I went to list settings, there is a workflow settings. I clicked on workflow settings. This is the page I'll see, and in workflow settings there will be default selected, that is this list. So let it be default selected and add a workflow. Click on add a workflow. There are 2 workflows templates available, so we'll focus on 3-step workflow. I'll name it issue tracker. Okay. Now, once I've named it, there will be option of task list. So whatever task we perform for this list, like we move from active state to resolved state, all these things will be stored in here in task, and choose an option to create a new task list. So even if the task list is not present in your website, with this option it will create a new task list for you. And history list is a workflow history list. It is by default available from SharePoint. So what we did is we selected a 3-state workflow template. Then we named it issue tracker workflow. Then we selected a task list. There were two options, workflow task, but we selected a task new. So it will create a new list. We don't need to create new list. It will create, and it will store the relevant task into this list. And this is the start option. So how workflow will start. So normally give this option. When creating a new item, it will start. Allow manual options, I will take off. These two things are disabled. Start this workflow to approve publishing a major version, and changing item will start this workflow. These two things are disabled. Only first and third option is available. I will take off first option because I don't want to have manual interventions. I want it to start when a new item is added. So when I created a list, I have not added anything into the list. So let me show you the list if you have forgotten. This is the list which we have created, and that is a blank list as of now. We have not added anything to that. So no items are added yet, only columns we have added. We have not added any rows into that column. And that row is a new item. So I want to initiate this workflow when I add a new item into this. Okay. So this is the first page. When I click on workflow settings, there will be option to select a list, then click on add a workflow. This will be my first page to add a workflow. So what I have done is here I have selected templates from available template. Then I have named a workflow, issue tracker workflow. Then I have selected an option to create new task list. Then I have not changed anything to history list, and I have chosen an option to start a workflow on creation of a new item or addition of a new item to the workflow list. The list of target is base flow workflow list for us. So we are ready with the list. We have not added any items, but when we add an item, we want to initiate a workflow. So that we have chosen this option. Now click on next. It will take us to the second page of customization. See, this is the main thing, workflow states, from where the workflow state will change. So it is our choice column. The name is issue status. You can verify it from here. It has taken automatically. We have not configured manually. It has taken automatically. It has checked in the list like what all the columns are having 3 states. So it has taken up this issue status list. Sorry, issue status column automatically, and it has bound 3 different states here automatically. First one is active, middle one is resolved, and final one is closed. So final state, when it reaches to close, workflow will close. So these are the workflow states, and it has taken column automatically. So if I had one more column with the 3 different states, it would have given me option to select any target column here. So as of now I have added only one column for simplicity, and it has taken it automatically. Now this will be a task details when workflow is initiated. Okay, and similar we'll have task details, email notification. So we'll take off this thing, email notification, when workflow is initiated. Now second will be specify what you want to happen when workflow changes its middle state. So first is initiated, so when new item is created, and second one is when the state is changed from active to resolved. So what you want to do. So these two things are customization, and it has similar options. One is task details and other one is email notification. So we'll take off this email notification because we do not have any email ID for this particular ID which we are using to log in. So first thing is workflow status. Workflow states, how many states it will have? It will have 3 different states. One is active, one is resolved, and third one is closed. On closed, it will close the workflow. Then it has task details for two different states. One is initiated and one is in middle state. So task details and email notification. So we will take off email notification as of now because we do not have email ID for this list. Otherwise we would have enabled that option. So task details, we can choose like custom message, workflow initiated. So let me append here workflow initiated. Let me name it benchflow, benchbox, BF workflow initiated. So if you want to have custom message here, you can remove this and you can have your own custom message. So you can always you have always option to remove this BF workflow initiated. Include list field, so it will take a field from title. Task due date is modified when it is modified, or you can specify due date here, whatever due date you want to mention. But as of now, these things are of not a focus for us. We are trying to see how we can attach the workflow and include task assigned to. It is created by, so it is created by us as of now, so using this user. So it will be assigned to this user, and it will, if I had selected this email notification, it would have gone to this user and said like you have one task pending or something like that. But as of now, we do not have options of enabling emails, so let us skip that part. When it changes the state, so it will be a review task. One is workflow initiated on addition of a new item, and when I say it is resolved, so again it will be coming back to the user and say like your issue is resolved. So definitely what user has to do before closing it, user has to verify whether my issue is resolved or not. So user verifies that whether his issue is resolved or not. Once he is satisfied, he will close this. So when it is coming into second state, so the custom message will be review task. Earlier it was workflow initiated, now you have to review your task when it is resolved. So this is the second page of customization. Let me click on OK, so it will attach a workflow for me. So we had to focus for 2 pages. One is like first page naming and targeting list, and second thing is on the workflow states what all fields are affected. So first page is bind the list and second page is bind the columns. Okay, so that is how you configure your workflow, or you configure your workflow templates to be attached with your list. So as of now we do not see anything. Like we have normal list what we had earlier. See, we don't see any difference. Both the tabs we have similar view. But now let me add an item. So as of now you notice here there are 4 columns. And let me add a new item into this. Okay, so this thing is ready. So let me say title is my mouse is not working. Brief description. Listen. Okay, as of now no comments. And I'll click on save. So when I click on save, it should initiate a workflow for me, because I have configured that workflow for this list. So let me click on save. Okay, so we had 4 columns earlier. Now 5th one is added, issue tracker workflow in progress. You can notice this thing at rightmost column, right? In progress. So it has automatically attached a workflow, and that is in progress. Apart from that, if I want to check my workflow, I can click on 3 dots next to the title and click on workflows. Yeah, so here you can see BenchFox workflow list. There are workflows. My mouse is not working. See, with the title it has come up here. And running workflows, you can see it. It is initiated at this time and it is in progress. This is my currently running workflow, issue tracker workflow. Okay guys, so this has initiated a workflow for us. So we didn't do any single line of coding. What we did is we utilized the template, and it has given us the options to bind a workflow for a list and associated columns. So we have configured those things, and now it is bound. So let me show you the task list. Go to site contents. The task list which I had chosen an option to create a new one. So this one is also new, BenchFox workflow list. And I should have similar new list which is task list. Yeah. Modified 2 minutes ago, and 1 item is added. So let me go and check the details of this task. See, we had recommend BF WF initiated, BenchFox workflow initiated. We had modified that command. So prefix was that whatever we had customized, and it was appended by title. So we had given that customization message and the title. So it is, my mouse is not working, is the title. It is appended with the message plus initiated message plus customization of title. So whatever we have written as a title, it is appended as a title of this particular task list, and it is assigned to this user because we had selected an option to assign it to created by. So we are user who has created, and it is assigned to this user. And status is not started, and priority is no more. Percentage complete is nothing, and related comment is my mouse is not working. So these things we have not done anything. It has taken up automatically based on the settings which we have selected. And yes, we can verify it here. Our workflow is initiated and it is in this state, initiated state. Now let me go back to BenchFlow workflow list. So we have verified all those things using 3 dots. Click on 3 dots and go to workflow. It will show us the attached workflow, and from there we can go to site content and we can verify our task list, whatever is entered into task list, or what entries are there in our task list. Okay, so now it is assigned to me. So apart from that, we verified from task list. If we had enabled the email notification, it would have gone to this user's email ID. The notification would have gone to this user's email ID or whatever is the assigned user. So as of now we don't have many users, only one user we have, and we are dealing with this user. So it would have gone to this user's email ID, and in email ID they would have given a link to edit this item. So it would have given directly this link. Yeah, it would have given directly this link. So this URL it would have given directly, from where they can modify and see the item status or whatever item is assigned to that user. So now let's imagine the user has come to this URL and he has rectified the issue with the mouse, and what he wants to do is he wants to edit this item and say like the issue is resolved now from my end. So I've done my part and the issue is resolved. So what he'll do is he'll say it's resolved, and he'll write relevant comment, say new mouse dispatch. And he'll save it. So background process, what it would have done is so still workflow is in progress, and what it would have done is in task list it would have entered one more task that is performed on the list. So let us go to task list and see the details onto the task list. Now you see the percentage complete is 100%. Why? Because this is resolved. And review task is my mouse is not working. Here task 1 is completed and this resolve task is not started yet. So for us to understand is there were two tasks which we bound in our workflow. One is initiated task and one is review task. So all those tasks are entered and traced using task list. So we can verify it from here. Now let's say if user is happy with the outcome and user goes back and says yes, I have received my mouse, and I want to close this item. So we'll move from resolved state to close and command edit yes, I have received new mouse. And save it. So now issue status is closed, issue tracker workflow is not closed yet. So let me refresh this page. It will take a while to close this thing. Close workflow. So now the state is completed. So we did not do anything with this column, but it automatically updated as per the progress of the workflow. So we have not done anything with this column. It has all things done automatically based on the status on issue status. And why based on this column only? Because we had bound this column to our workflow when we attach a template of workflow to our list. Now let me go back and see what is the status of my task list. So only 2 tasks and both are completed by 100%. So this is how you utilize a workflow, 3-step workflow, and which is supplied out of box by SharePoint for every version. So far any doubts guys? How to attach a workflow, how to use a workflow in our list? That is existing workflow and we have used that.
Now I will practice and do, and then probably I think then I will, if anything is.
Yeah, so we do have time, so any one of you can practice onto this. So anyone who wants to try their hands, so we can show the screen and it will revise for everyone.
Who wanted to do? Rahul wanted to do?
Anyone can take a lead and show.
Rahul wanted to do? Rahul? I'm making Rahul the presenter, huh?
Okay. So guys, you need to practice these things for at least 8 to 10 times, otherwise you will forget everything. Because main thing is to bind a list and second thing is to bind the columns for a workflow. So you guys need to practice for 3-4 times or 8-7 times. Then it will be easier for you guys to understand the concepts which we are trying to address. So any new workflow using Visual Studio, all those will be affected by task list and workflow history list. So those things are like main elements of our workflow.
Yeah, Rahul, can you see the screen? Do you have control now? Rahul? Rahul?
Vinod, can you? I want to share my screen for a while.
Oh, okay. क्या नहीं देने हैं?
Okay. Well, I worked something today morning. I've explored few things. I'm having a small doubt. See, I'm just copying my this URL. I'll just go into the first page. Okay. Now, look at this URL. I navigated into one site page and I've edited this guide. Okay. Now, later on, after 2 to 3 hours, I went to the default page just after login. Okay. How am I supposed to navigate to the page which I have edited in the morning? Where can I find it?
Go to sites and see your all site content. Go to sites.
Okay. Yeah. Site. Site content.
Site content. And try to see the pages. You added one page right there. So student details is there.
Okay.
And blog is there right 10 minutes ago something. New site you created I guess. Go back.
Okay. Yeah.
So blogs is there right?
Oh.
Okay.
So it would be in the bottom. Yeah, this is what I was asking actually.
So this is our next topic to cover. This is our next topic. So that's what you asked, right? In morning.
Yes,
where does blog fit in? So it is here.
Yes.
So it is here in web subsites.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. That's my question.
So that is our next topic. So no need to worry on this.
Yes.
Site
I'll explore.
templates
I'll
and
explore
site
much more.
definitions.
Yes. I'll explore much more in
Yeah.
this 2 days, and I'll come back to you.
Yeah. Who want to explain workflow now? Rahul or Satya? Who want to do that? Is Rahul ready?
I will try.
I'm not.
Yeah, Rahul is not there online. Maybe I think is Nitin is there. Rahul is there.
It seems he's there, but I don't know why he's not responding. I'll just call him up and.
Vinod, if you are, I can try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeevan,
go ahead, Satya, and try.
Jeevan, you want to try in Bipin's system? I can give keyboard control for Bipin system. Jeevan, you want to do something? Workflow? You understand something? Jeevan?
Yes, I'm here.
Nest, you can try. You can try Nest, yeah.
I'm trying to get the familiarize with the screen first.
Okay, Jeevan, what I can do is I can take a separate class for you to show you like what are the shape and key elements, and then after you will be comfortable, because I think this is a direct into the 5th or 6th step of the ladder. You are not comfortable with the sites and site structure. So
Yeah, Bipin.
if he wants, we can arrange some separate class for him.
Right. For today's class, at least I understand like how you can create the columns.
Okay, yeah, so I guess you need to be aware of some basics from scratch. So if you had attended from the beginning, it would have been good. So no worries, we can take up some separate class, and we can take up, like, when we give these guys an assignment, during that time we can take up some separate class. So Satya, you are showing me your screen, right? So who is this? Satya is the presenter, right?
Yes.
Yes, Satya. So what you have done is you have added one no, don't do new add workflow into existing list. Create a new list always.
So this is new one, correct?
No, it had some columns already existing, so that's why it will malfunction. So you need to have a blank list on which you need to attach a workflow. Go to click on gear icon, click on add an app. Gear icon, right corner. Yeah, right corner top. Add an app. Name it something like workflow test custom list. Add.
Give a name Satya workflow, so we will remember, yeah, because we are creating in this Satya workflow.
Yeah, so click on create. You could have given such a workflow list, because this is a list, not a workflow. That's fine in any case. Now click on that. Okay, list, top left list. List settings right. List settings right. List settings. Okay. Select first one, list name, description and navigation. First one, rename this list. At least Satya workflow will be workflow's name. Okay, workflow list. Append it. Name it. Append it. Yeah.
What
List.
do I put? I put list.
List. Yes. Okay. Click on save. Okay. Now go to workflow settings. Yes. That one, middle one. Okay. Now this list is fine, and this list is fine because we want to attach to this list. We click on add a workflow. This is our first page. Now we'll move on to the next page and we'll select a 3-state workflow. So you have added you added a column with 3 different states, or you have not added any column into your list as of now.
Nothing.
So first we need to add a column, otherwise there won't be any column to attach, right? A workflow on which your workflow will work. will perform. So go to Satya workflow list, go back, add columns. Click on list. From there, yeah, you can add create column. So name it like some priority. Yeah, mobile, whatever. Name it priority. Give it a choice field. Yeah. Okay, and have 3 different choices. And the 3 different choices like high, medium, and low. So high will be initiation of workflow, medium will be second state, and low will be closure of a workflow. Now add 2 more columns. One is brief description and other one is like comments or any text box. So priority. So describe priority. Let's say describe priority. Name it describe priority. Let's say multiple line of text. Add one more column, multiple line of text. What you did is click on view. Let's give a multiple line of text and give like steps taken to resolve the issue. Steps taken to resolve the issue. Okay. Click on OK. Okay, now you can attach workflow. Go to list settings, and even in left rightmost corner you have workflow settings. You can directly attach from there. Click on workflow settings. Now this list and add workflow. This list is fine. Add a workflow. 3 states. Name a workflow like Satya workflow, something like that.
Same name?
Yeah, same name, Satya workflow, or what you can say priority tracker, something like that. Satya workflow. There is. See, now you already have one. See, when I created, it was asking me task, and in bracket it was giving me new. But for you, it is already there because you are creating one more workflow into same site. So you do not have option of creation of a new task, but you will have task list which will get appended. So the task list, when I created a workflow, the same task list will get appended.
Okay.
And now select start option is create. Select the checkbox, create a new item. Sorry, what is that? Remove first option. Allow manual. We don't want to start manually. First option. Yeah. Click on next. So now we have bound the list. Now we have to bind the columns. So yeah, it has taken default because only one column as of now we have, that is a priority. So when you try on your own, you can have multiple columns in your list, multiple different drop down value columns, and you can select whatever column you want to bind here. So it won't be that difficult. You can do it easily.
Yeah, I will do, and I will come back.
Now go to task details. So that is of important. When workflow initiated, include list field is there. Task details. So first is workflow states and then is task detail.
You can uncheck them as mail.
Yeah, uncheck mail, otherwise there is no email notifications as of now for us. Yeah, uncheck emails. And task details you can, if you include list field, if you want to change you from title to other one, you change it to other one. Let's say you already have two things, right? Something is priority description and priority status. Steps taken to resolve the priority. In task list, you read one by one. One is custom message, workflow initiated. Then second is include this field, include list field, that is title. So you change from title to something else. Steps to
Describe priority.
yeah, yeah, put it describe priority. Yeah. And task description is workflow initiated. So let it be there. And if you want to change from title to something else, you can change.
So what are we doing here? Binding the list or binding the column?
We are binding columns. We already bound list on first page. Now we are binding columns.
Okay.
So I just want to see, like in my task list, there were custom messages, right? So the messages were coming from one hard-coded value from text box here, and apart from that, there was one more option to bind title or bind. What is this, Satya? You have done?
Oh, okay.
Minimized.
Bipin, in meantime, binding the list means like creating the list.
We are not creating a list actually. We have created a one list and we are binding workflow list to the list which we have created. So if we want to bind the workflow list, we just select from drop downs. We do not create manually. So we do not go to add an app and create list, task list or something, workflow history list. So those things are getting created automatically. Okay, Satya, where are you? You are changing those things frequently, so I've lost my track.
Okay,
So
sorry.
uncheck emails everywhere.
Yeah,
Uncheck emails everywhere. And task details, you bind columns. Okay, so this seems fine. So workflow has been initiated and it will have a title along with that. Okay, now you can add an item. So I want you to play with the columns you bind.
Okay.
So when you try your own hands on, I want you guys to play with the columns you bind. So that at least when you go to task list and you review task list, you can see, verify like which are the column messages coming into the task list. Priority is high. And describe priority. Yeah, this is very critical. I need to make calls with clients, something like that. You can. Yeah. Okay, so automatically it has added one more column and it shows the workflow in progress. Moreover, you can click on three dots and you can go to workflow and check the progress of your workflow. Yeah, so it is running and it has the
Thank
name
you.
of the workflow. It is Satya workflow. Yes, and if you go to site content and check the task list, you can see the task entry into that. Gear icon, site content, and go to task list. Scroll down further. No, go to task list. Site content, go back to site content. scroll down, you need to have task list there. Yeah, it's there. So it has 3 items, 2 from my workflow and second one from yours.
But why is this showing like this?
So what you had selected in title, you had selected title or what? Something has gone wrong into this. Mobile not working, that is fine. So what option you had selected then? Did you select date or something?
No.
So workflow initiated is fine. So that is one column when we configure, and this is something random. Even I am seeing the for the first time. I think you have not selected a proper column because of which it is coming. Task name, it is appended with something.
Yeah.
And something is the column which you would have selected when you bound. So you need to remember what you have bound as a column when you select a task.
Okay.
So,
I'll do this
that's
on
fine.
my own and I'll...
Yeah, that's fine. So now move on to other state. Go to Satya workflow list, move on to other state. Click on that item and move on to the next review item. High, then medium. Don't click on new item. Go back. It will initiate one more workflow. Go back. Click on that same item. Mobile not working. Same item. Click on that item. Click on that item. Edit item. Yeah. Edit or view item. Now change to medium priority. So this is the main column which drives your state of our workflow.
Right.
This is the main column which is responsible for 3-state workflow, and the supporting columns, description and other descriptions are supporting columns, which I wanted to show you, like when you bind it to your workflow description task, so it will append your task description with these columns. I just wanted to show you those things, but somehow this has not displayed the things properly. Now click on save. So it will change, complete your first task, and it will initiate your second task. Now still workflow status is in progress. So where did you verify? You have verified in task list?
Yes, but this time it is coming correctly.
Okay, show it to all of us, so at least we can verify. Yeah, site settings and task. Site content. So click on site content, and from there task.
Yeah,
Okay.
here only
View task. Mobile is not. Yeah, some column is not selected properly.
Yeah, this I'll do.
Okay, now you close it, so at least we can close this workflow and see like the status of list column is incompleted.
How do I close?
Now, yeah, go back to that item. Yeah, sort the workflow list, edit, and third state. When you move to third state, no, select the item, then you click on edit. Not that way. Stop editing. Click on that item. Mobile not working. Title. Click on that. Then click on edit. Left corner top. Edit. Basically it is a 3-state, so when we move to third state, it will close it. So set priority to low, and at least it is closed. So driving factor is this, and if you had done it through email notification, so it would have given option to add new description and new comments each time. So as of now, that is the limitation with this. We do not have email ID for this user, so we have to work
So that
like
means
this.
it has to give
Manually
each
edit.
time a different description, is it?
Right. Description is same, but comment at least it will be varying, right?
That is showing the activity
So
completed, not completed like that.
Yeah, right. So user will give relevant comment like, yeah, I have rectified this issue. Now you can verify. So the user who has created issue will say, yeah, okay, I have verified and it is closed now. So something like that. So each time it will give new description when it is routed through email. But as of now, it is not routed through email, but manually we are doing. At least we have understood the basics of tasks, basics of workflow binding.
That's right.
So email is secondary, so no need to worry on that front. So you have closed that. Now refresh the page.
Yeah, it's refreshed.
So it is in third state. Now refresh the page. It is in third state. Refresh the page. Yeah, it is completed. Yeah, now you can click on three dots and you can see there it will have a status completed there. There also you can verify, and apart from that you can verify in your task list the task would have completed. See, running workflow, there is no running workflow. So completed workflow, yeah, it is there. The workflow which is completed. Okay guys,
Thank you.
so this is how you can attach a workflow template. So guys, so far any doubts? Are you clear
I
with this?
just followed your instructions. I think it seems to be more than easy actually.
And you guys have now a weekend, so I want you guys to at least practice for workflow, not for anything else but for workflow, because this is like a very much good topic and it is like takes your understanding in detail. So at least I would request you guys to practice onto this, at least this, not anything else but this.
Okay.
So if you guys have any doubt during weekend also, you can drop me an email so I can resolve your doubts for workflow. So no need to worry on that front.
So Nitin, you're okay, am I right? You understood, am I right, Nitin? Any question?
Yes.
Very good. Rahul, what happened to Rahul? I just
Rahul is having some problem with his mic. It seems he's listening to the class, but he is unable to talk. It seems.
Oh, okay. He can always log in using his telephone. That he knows that, am I right?
Yes, he knows that. But and still,